Chalo. Good morning, all. So, welcome to the last session of this discussion of survey. Okay. Henceforth, I will be taking one session on budget discussion also, but that will be a very short and sweet session. So, in this session, I will try to summarize the entire remaining part of survey, which I feel is rather very important for you all. Okay. Uh, so, up till now, we went chapter by chapter wise, but in today's session, I will try to cramp up around 3 to 4 chapters. So, whatever part of survey is remaining as of today, make sure that you are very comfortable in analysis of government schemes. You are very comfortable in analysis of boxes. Boxes are rather very important. And thirdly, you are very comfortable in understanding the initiatives which government is taking in different sectors. So today we'll be doing the industry sector, we'll be doing the export sector, we'll be also doing a little bit of policy based sectors. So ये सारी तीन चार चीजें आज हम लोग करेंगे. So make sure that you are pretty comfortable in, again, I'm repeating, in analyzing the government schemes. Government schemes are very important. Second, you are very comfortable in analyzing the policy-based initiatives of the government. And number third, boxes. Remaining chapter के boxes बहुत ज़्यादा important है. So we'll try to cover up as many boxes as possible. Okay. So I'm turning on my screen sharing now. Please let me know whether you can see my screen properly. Okay. Okay. Can you see my screen properly, everyone? Okay,
Yes, sir.
I can see Preeti and sorry, I can see Ashish, I can see Deepika, and I can see Satish. Rest all I am not able to see. Please, guys, 2 or 3 people turn on your video feed. Okay, chalo. So I'm starting with the chapter number 9, that is the industry chapter. Okay. Now, in this chapter, again, the boxes are important and government schemes are rather very important. So you can just directly jump to page number. Just wait a bit. Okay. Directly jump to page number 271. Directly jump to page number 271 of your survey. Okay. Herein you have very important box, that is FDI policy reforms to bolster investment. Can you see this box? Okay. FDI policy reforms to bolster investment. Okay. So I'm just plainly reading it out. India continues to open its sectors to global investors by raising FDI limits and removing regulatory barriers to attracting increased investments, in addition to developing infrastructure and improving business environment. To make India more attractive investment destination, the government has implemented several radical and transformative FDI reforms across sectors such as defense, pension, e-commerce activities. So any question on FDI, any question on foreign direct investment, any question on ease of doing business. Mind you, any question on FDI reforms, any question on ease of doing business, primary will target these 3 sectors. You will have defense, you will have pension, and you will have e-commerce activities. So make sure that you are pretty comfortable in ease of doing business rankings with regards to these sectors and with regards to FDI limits. Okay. In financial year 20, 100% FDI under automatic route was permitted for sale of coal and coal mining activities, including associated processing infrastructure, subject to provisions of relevant acts. 26% FDI under government route has been permitted for uploading, streaming of news and current affairs to digital media. 100% FDI has been permitted in intermediaries or insurance intermediaries, including insurance brokers, reinsurance brokers, insurance consultants, corporate agents, and third-party administrators. Okay, so now in the complete outlook of insurance sector, you are having 100% FDI. Comfortable, everybody? Yeah. Okay. Then next point, to curb the opportunistic takeovers, acquisition of Indian companies to COVID-19, government has amended FDI policy according to which any entity of a country which shares a land border with India or where the beneficial owner of investment into India is situated or is a citizen of such country can invest only under government route. This is prelims based question. This is prelims based question. Okay. This question is highly important for prelims. Okay. You can have direct one-line answer or one-line question to this, that wherein the government route is mandated. So any entity of a country which shares the land border with India or where the beneficiary of owner into India is situated or is a citizen of any such country can invest only under government route. So in neighborhood, you cannot have government opening automatic route. So all the neighborhood countries, it is compulsory for any FDI entity to go through only government route. Further, in the event of transfer of ownership or any existing future FDI entity in India, directly or indirectly, resulting in beneficiary ownership falling within the restrictive purview of the said policy amendment, subsequent census in beneficial ownership will also require government approval. So you have to remember prelims, two parts. Number first, that FDI, if a person is in the neighborhood countries, so the government will only allow FDI investment through government route. And number two, if you have to transfer ownership, okay, that will also require government approval. Satish and Deepika, are you all comfortable with this? So prelims based question can be asked from this. Okay. Okay. Then third point, a revamped portal, foreign investment facilitation portal. I'm again reiterating, foreign investment facilitation portal has been launched as an online single point reference of Government of India for investors to facilitate foreign direct investment. So you should know the name of the portal, foreign investment facilitation portal. Okay. So questions on prelims from this box, and again from the above part, okay, that you have 100% FDI through government route or through automatic route in defense, pension and e-commerce activities. Okay, so let's move ahead. Directly jump to page number 274, electronics industry to be a key driver of manufacturing output and exports. Please guys, 2 or 3 other people, can you please turn on your video feeds?
So can you repeat the page number? Sorry, I was focused.
It's 274, Ashish. It's 274, Ashish. Okay. I'm highly guessing, or rather, I'm almost 100% probable. I'm not giving my assurance to you, but I'm almost 100% probable that electronics industry is going to be a pivotal industry in this year's prelims as well as mains, because you have PLSI scheme, production linked intensive incentive scheme, which has been launched for electronics industry and that too semiconductor industry. So ये बहुत ज़्यादा important news है. Okay, because government has to boost chip making in India. So for that, government is taking leapfrog efforts in electronic industry. So please read this box very properly. Sorry, this bullet 9.22. Electronic industries continue to ascend in importance as its applications become more pervasive, particularly in socio-economic development of country. Electronics, supported by continuously improving communication services, will significantly enhance productivity, efficient service delivery, and social transformation. Okay, social transformation is the key word. Okay, this you should utilize in your essays, in your GS answers. So what potential electronic industry actually has? The electronic industry has the potential of social transformation. Okay. The domestic electronic industry as of FY20 is valued at $118 billion. India aims to reach 300 billion worth of electronic manufacturing and USD in exports by financial year 26. So please remember this figure, that we aspire to become a $300 billion electronics economy. Okay. ये figure you can quote directly. Okay. Now, what are the major drivers in electronic industry? Okay, the major drivers of growth in this industry, this is very important, are mobile phones, consumer electronics, and industrial electronics. In mobile phone segment, India has become the second largest mobile phone manufacturer globally, with the production of handsets going up from 6 crore units in FY 2015 to 31 crore units in FY 22. So right now, India is the second largest phone manufacturer globally. पहला तो आप सबको पता है. Okay, so let's not go into that name. Okay, then 9.24. This is very, very important. Okay, this is highly important. Some of the initiatives and incentives provided by government to nurture and enhance electronics manufacturing base include. This is highly important, guys. Please summarize this very, very properly. Okay, include. Number 1, production linked incentive scheme for large scale electronics manufacturing, the PLI scheme for IT hardware, scheme for promotion of manufacturing of electronics components and semiconductor specs. Okay, prelims question. Additionally, under the program of development of semiconductors and display manufacturing ecosystem in India, the cabinet had approved comprehensive development of sustainable semiconductor display ecosystem in the country with an outlay of 76,000 crores. These schemes and initiatives are expected to boost India's manufacturing capacity, reduce import dependence. So any initiative which you are taking in electronics industry is to reduce import dependence. Please remember this very properly. Okay. Basically, you can think as green revolution in the era of industrial revolution 4.0. देखो मैं एक बहुत अच्छा आपको एक synonym and acronym दे रहा हूँ प्रीति. I'm especially doing this for you. So you told me don't use any acronym, but मैं acronym use कर रहा हूँ. Those who are like legacy students, you can understand this very properly. When we had green revolution, so the only aim in front of us was to do what was to increase our food grain production because we wanted to come out of famine. Okay. So similarly, India is now standing at a very dire situation of either increasing its electronics production or being completely reliant on countries like China for your electronics manufacturing. So this can be considered as a green revolution kind of initiative, or you can say a electronic revolution kind of perspective in the era of industrial revolution 4.0. Okay. Why? Because we have to reduce our import dependence at any cost. Ashish, Priti, and Piyush, are you all comfortable? Yeah. Okay. Chalo. Okay. And also contribute to a country's ambition of becoming a major player globally in supply chains. Okay. So box number 9.3, initiatives to encourage semiconductor manufacturing in US and India. Okay, just read this box. You don't have to make notes out of this. Just read this once. Okay, no need to highlight any other thing. Just read. बाकी आपको कुछ भी करने की जरूरत नहीं है. Okay, various initiatives under semiconductor scheme. So number one, setting up of semiconductor fabs in India, setting up of display fabs, setting up of compound semiconductors, silicon photonics, sensors lab, and semiconductor ATM OSAT facilities. आपको फुल फॉर्म ध्यान में रखने की बिल्कुल भी जरूरत नहीं है. ओके, जस्ट रिमेंबर सिलिकॉन फोटोनिक्स, सेंसर फैब्स एंड सेमीकंडक्टर एटीएम. Okay, that's it. And in the last week only, I shared a very important article on what is micro LED technology. Micro LED technology. Can you remember that article? मैंने ग्रुप पे डाला था micro LED technology. See, UPSC has this notorious reputation that it will ask one question which you feel UPSC will never ask. So I can still remember my 3 attempts. In all the 3 attempts, I never thought that UPSC will ask one question on OLED display, organic LED display. I had one question on OLED. Second question I had was on IoT, Internet of Things. And the third question was on LTE network. जो अभी आप 4G use करते हैं, that is called as long-term evolution network. Okay, so all these 3 questions have come in UPSC prelims. So this year, I'm highly guessing that you will have questions on 5G. Okay, okay. Guys, are you all following me, listening me very properly? इसको अच्छी तरीके से देखना. Okay. First of all, you have to see what is 5G. Okay. What is 5G? Number 2, you have to see what are the types of 5G network. Okay, what are the types of 5G network? Okay, so you have a sub 600 hertz network. This is called as sub 600 network. And number 2, you have the giga frequency network. Okay, ये दो नई terminologies हैं 5G. So you will see this giga frequency network or sub 600 hertz network. Okay, and third, you also have a sub millimeter wave technology. Sub millimeter wave technology. तो 3-4 types है 5G networks के. You please see this. ये कौन से types है. Third, you have to see, okay, what are the organizations which are responsible for development of these networks. Okay, कौन सी organization जो इसमें development में support करती है? It is International Mobile Congress. Okay, you also have to see the role of TRAI, Telecom Regulatory Authority of India. Okay, and fourth, you have to see the coverage of 5G. The coverage of 5G in India. The coverage of 5G in India. ओके, सो ये 3-4 टॉपिक्स 5G रिलेटेड अच्छे से देख लेना कि क्या क्या है, कैसे कैसे है, एंड ऑल्सो सी दिस माइक्रो एलईडी टेक्नोलॉजी. ओके, because UPSC is very notorious for asking you such type of questions which no one can think कि ये क्वेश्चन पूछा जा सकता है. एंड डिस्प्ले पे ऑलरेडी 2 बार क्वेश्चंस आ चुके हैं. एंड माइक्रो एलईडी इज अ रिवोल्यूशनरी काइंड ऑफ डिस्प्ले बिकॉज इट सेव्स योर एनर्जी, इट कैन emit more colors. That actually the name of the technology is actually pixel beaming technology. Pixel beaming, BEAMING. तो ये भी एक बार देख लेना आप लोग कि what is pixel beaming. Okay, everybody's appreciating this. Ashish, Priyush, and Priti. Yeah. So just give me thumbs up. No need to unmute yourself. Okay. Then page number 277. This is important. Recognizing that even though India possesses 20% of world semiconductor design engineers, but a minuscule share in intellectual property, Government of India has also announced a design link intensive scheme. This is very important. DLI स्कीम खाली इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स इंडस्ट्री में ही है और किसी सेक्टर में DLI स्कीम आई नहीं है. डिजाइन लिंक इंसेंटिव स्कीम. प्लीज रिमेंबर दिस वेरी प्रॉपरली. यूपीएससी क्वेश्चन पूछा लेगा, आप लोग खाली इंसेंटिव स्कीम देख के आओगे, यू विल मार्क द रॉन्ग आंसर. गए, आपका मेल्स लिखने का चांस गया. आई डोंट वांट एनी वन ऑफ यू टू फेल इन दिस. ठीक है, इतनी मेहनत मैं आपके लिए कर रहा हूँ. आई डोंट वांट यू टू फेल एट एनी कॉस्ट. Okay, so design link incentive scheme is there only in one sector, that is electronics sector. Rest all you have production link scheme. Okay, जितना प्रोड्यूस करोगे गवर्नमेंट आपको उतना इंसेंटिव देगी. बट इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स इंडस्ट्री में द मोर यू विल डिजाइन, द मोर द गवर्नमेंट विल इंसेंटिवाइज यू. Appreciating this? Yeah. Okay. The scheme's objective include nurturing and facilitation of domestic companies of semiconductor design, achieving significant Indianization of semiconductor products and IPs deployed across the country, and strengthening the infrastructure to design. Okay, ये support छोड़ दो, this is of no use. Okay, let him do. Okay, चलो, we are done with this. Steel sector is not that important. Yeah, then directly jump to page number 279. Government support to help textile sector weather current challenges. Okay. So you all know that textile sector is a very important sector for the employment of women person, and it is the highest. Sorry, I will recorrect myself. It is the second highest employment absorber than second to agriculture. So textile sector is very important for India's employment perspective. So please see textile sector as employment generator. Please see textile sector as employment generator. Okay. Don't see textile sector only as a pursuit of, let's say, fashion, let's say as a pursuit of capital goods. No, it is a gross employment generator in India. Okay. The textile sector is one of the country's most significant sources of employment, with an estimated of 4.5 CR people directly engaged in this sector, including a large number of women and rural population. Okay. In the textile sector has been facing the challenge of moderating exports compared to FY 2025. Okay, so the challenge in front of textile sector is rightly the falling exports. The only challenge with the export sector is facing is falling exports. Okay. Bullet number 9.34, this is important. To develop large-scale modern industrial infrastructure facilities for entire value chain of textile industry, the government has approved the government has approved setting up of PM integrated textile region and apparel parks. PM Mitra. See the acronym? PM Mitra. Okay. आप प्रीलिम्स में क्वेश्चन आ जाएगा, आप लोग इसको मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ कोऑपरेटिव के साथ मित्रता है तो कोऑपरेशन है, इंटरलिंक करके आ जाओगे, गलत करके आ जाओगे. Okay, so PM Mitra is basically PM Mega Integrated Textile Region and Apparel Parks. Okay. The parks will not only reduce logistic cost and improve competitive indebtedness of Indian textiles, but also boost the employment generation, attract domestic investment and FDI, and position India firmly in the global textile market. The parks are expected to create a total of 1 lakh to 2 lakh indirect employment. Indirect employment. Okay. एक तो direct employment है ही, but additionally this can create 1 lakh to 2 lakh indirect employment. Further, to boost the production capacity, the government has launched textile PLSI scheme with an outlay of 10,683 crores over 5 years starting from January 22 to promote investment and increase production of man-made fiber apparel, man-made fabrics and products of textile sector. So please remember this. PLI scheme हम लोगों ने किसके लिए launch की है? We have made it for man-made fiber, apparel and man-made fiber fabrics and production of technical textiles. Is everyone comfortable? Shall I move ahead? Okay. Preeti, are you good? The video is paused. Satish, Raj, and Amiraj, are you all good? Just give me a thumbs up. Okay. Okay. And I also have, I guess, Prajwal. Okay. Okay. Please, you guys, keep on speaking with me so that I can be off. Okay. Chalo. Repeat the organization. Amit is saying. Okay. Okay. Amit, I will just wait for. I will just give a pause after 15-20 minutes. We'll discuss the questions thereafter. Okay. Chalo. Let's move ahead. Automobile sector is not that important as of today. Chalo. Yeah. Now directly jump to page number 284. Directly jump to page number 284. Okay. India's prospects as a key player in global value chain. Okay. Just read 9.24. Okay. Just read this. Reading this is very important. Okay. So एक बार बस पढ़ लेना अच्छे से, you will be pretty comfortable with the language. Okay. Make in India 2.0 and PLI schemes. Okay. This is 5-star. Okay. ये 5-star है. Okay. You have to interlink Make in India 2.0 with IR 4.0, Industrial Revolution 4.0. You have to interlink this with Pradhan Mantri Kaushal Vikas Yojana. Kaushal Vikas Yojana 4.0. Okay. And you have to also link it with automation. You have to also link it with automation. Okay. Now, everyone just focus on me for a moment. I'll stop the screen sharing. See, you have to understand what is the difference between Make in India 1.0 and Make in India 2.0. Okay. Is everybody able to hear and see me properly? Okay, jinke video feeds band hai. Okay. See, Make in India 1.0 was launched to increase India's stagnant manufacturing sector output. Okay. You know the story of organic growth, that first you start with agriculture, then slowly industries come up. Then you have the industries actually taking care of themselves. You don't require government interventions. Once industry develop, the people can migrate towards services sector. So this is called as organic growth. Okay. So you have the primary sector as agriculture, the secondary sector as industries, manufacturing, and the tertiary sector becomes the services sector. Okay. But what has happened in India is that we still have more than 60% population dependent on agriculture. Our manufacturing has been stuck at around 14 to 16% still today. Hence, Make in India 1.0 was launched. Why? Because for you to boost manufacturing, you don't require highly skilled labor. What you can do if you're setting up any automobile manufacturing company, if you're setting up any textile manufacturing company, or even if you're setting electronics assembly company, you can just give laborers the vocational skill training of 2 to 3 months and they can become employable. So manufacturing will do what? Manufacturing will absorb the excess or the left out people from agriculture who are not able to get employment. So manufacturing was supposed to do two tasks. Number one, it was to absorb, or it has to act like a magnet for the disguised unemployed people of India, for the unorganized sector of India, and it can also give a leverage in exports. So Make in India वन का जो थीम था, जो एक्चुअली थीम इन द सेंस जो प्रिंसिपल्स थे, जो एक आउटले था, वो ये था कि अनऑर्गेनाइज सेक्टर को कैसे हम लोग ऑर्गेनाइज सेक्टर में ला सके, so that you can have more and more employment in the organized sector, and you don't require skilled labor for this. You can just take the labor, you can just vocationally train them, and they are ready to go for employment. Everybody's appreciating this. So that was the aim of Make in India 1.1. First. Number two, why manufacturing is highly important in a country like India. Okay. See, India is an economy which is not driven by investment. It is driven by consumption. Indian economy is not driven by investment. It is driven by consumption. And that consumption is not public consumption. That consumption is private consumption. Okay. Private consumption से हमारी Indian economy चलती है. And that too, which private consumption? Not urban. Rather, it is the rural private consumption जिसके ऊपर हमारी economy चलती है. If the rural private consumption starts to fall, then our economic headwinds are not good. What is happening as of today? So you all know that today we are having inflation of more than 6%. Okay, and majority of the inflation is driven by food prices. Okay, so वो affect कौन से यानी from which sector all of this is originating? Again, the rural private sector. वहां से ये सारी चीजें ऊपर आ रही है. So Make in India 1.0 was launched so that the rural sector of India reinvigorates itself. Rural sector पे हम लोग काम करेंगे so that the rural sector goes ahead, goes up, and it starts to support the urban sector so that it does not become a burden on the urban sector. The second aim of Make in India was to have an increased outlook for the rural sector. So this was Make in India 1.0, which was launched in the year 2014-15. Now this year government has launched Make in India 2.0. This is entirely different from Make in India 1.0. You can have a direct mains question, or rather I can say you can have directly essay also on this. Okay, essay भी आ सकता है इस पे, ये gravity इतनी ज्यादा है इसकी. Make in India 2.0 is entirely related to industries like IT, industries like automation. It is entirely linked to skilling of people. It does not have, just wait a bit guys. Yeah, I'm again resuming. So I will re-repeat myself. Make in India 2.0 is an entirely different program. It is entirely for the automation industry. It is entirely for skilling of people in robotics. It is entirely for skilling people in areas like artificial intelligence, machine learning, and neural networks. Okay, you all know AI, artificial intelligence. आपको सबको पता है. AI जैसे आपका ब्रेन है, your brain learn, आपके ब्रेन में you are having neurons. So similarly in your smartphones, आप जो भी अभी स्मार्ट डिवाइस यूज कर रहे हो, आपका कंप्यूटर, आपका फोन, इन सब में you are having neural engines. Neural engines means the phone tries to learn from your use, so that whenever you open the screen again, आपको जैसा चाहिए वैसा आपका फोन आपके लिए प्रेजेंट रहे. So Make in India 2.0 is entirely with regards to skilling of people with regards to Industry 4.0. Is everybody appreciating this? And हम लोग ये क्यों कर रहे हैं? Because now government is skeptical, rather the entire world is skeptical that what AI is going to do, AI is not going to go for job loss. Job loss नहीं होगा AI की वजह से, job eradication होगा. Guys, are you all comfortable with this statement? Ashish, Piyush, Raj, Amraj, जिनके वीडियो फीड बंद है, आई डोंट नो हाउ आई शुड स्पीक विथ यू, बट जिनके वीडियो फीड ऑन है, आर यू ऑल कंफर्टेबल विथ माय कंसेप्ट दैट एआई विल रिजल्ट इनटू जॉब इरेडिकेशन? जॉब खत्म हो जाएंगे. देयर विल बी नो सब्स्टिट्यूट फॉर दिस. ओके, so Make in India 2.0 has been launched for us to make us prepare to skill the Indian youth so that it becomes employable in the new sectors of employment like artificial intelligence, machine learning, and integrated Internet of Things. Is everybody appreciating this? Okay, you as civil servants, whenever you will qualify, okay, like this year, I will highly guess that every one of you qualifies this year or next year, whenever you do. But आपकी भी ट्रेनिंग अब इसी बदौलत होगी कि you will have to be prepared for the next tsunami, which is AI. You must have heard about Chat GPT. Last week only Microsoft launched Bing. Okay, so कल ही मैंने न्यूज पढ़ी that actually that Bing AI fell in love with a person and it asked the person to divorce his wife and marry with him. एक AI आपको स्क्रीन पे बोल रहा है कि आप अपनी बीवी को छोड़ दो और उससे शादी कर लो. So we don't know where the world is going, but that is how the world is progressing as of today. So make sure that you are highly comfortable with the difference of Make in India 2.0 and Make in India 1.0. Don't get confused. नहीं तो वो होता है भारत माता की जय, मेक इन इंडिया बोला है तो हमको मैन्युफैक्चरिंग बढ़ाना है. नहीं. Don't fall for this gimmick. Is everybody understanding this? I'm turning on my screen sharing again. Okay. Okay. To enhance India's integration in the global value chain, government has launched Make in India 2.0, is now focusing on 26 sectors, which is including 15 manufacturing sectors, 12 services sector. Among the 12 subsectors have been choosing closely while keeping India's industry strength and competitive edge, the need for import substitution, potential for export, and increased employability. Efforts are to boost growth of subsectors in holistic and coordinated manner. Okay, so see, you are having now electronics, you are now having robotics, you are having EV components and integrated circuits, you are having closed circuit camera. Okay, so these are now new avenues wherein Make in India 2.0 will target. You also have drones. So these are some of the new focus areas which government is targeting so that you can boost Make in India 2.0. Okay. In a pursuit to objectives Make in India program with a vision to achieve Atmanirbhar Bharat, government has launched PLI scheme. The scheme is expected to attract a capex of 3 lakh over the next 5 years. Okay, let it go. Okay. 9.45 is very important. PLI scheme across key specific sectors is poised to make Indian manufacturers globally competitive, attract investment in areas of core competency and cutting edge technology, ensure efficiencies, create economies of scale, make India an integral part of the global value chain. I guess, guys, you should all rectify this. You should all rectify this. ठीक है. ये स्टेटमेंट आप आपके एसेस के स्टार्टिंग में, आपके आंसर्स के स्टार्टिंग में प्लीज राइट दिस स्टेटमेंट सेपरेटली एंड इसको रट्टा मार लो. Okay, PLI scheme किसके लिए लॉन्च कर रहे हैं? स्पेसिफिक सेक्टर इज poised to make India's manufacturing globally competitive. Number one, attract investments in the areas of core competency. Number two, cutting edge technology. Number three, ensure efficiencies. Number four, create economies of scale. And number five, make India an integral part of global value chain. Please इसको रट्टा मार लो and use it everywhere. The scheme will benefit MSME ecosystem in the country. The anchor units were built in every sector will require new supplier base in entire value chain. Most of these ancillary units will be built in the MSME sector. So the focus area of this will be the MSME sector. Okay, so that's it. Shipping industry don't have to read. Yeah, the box number 9.5, flipping and reverse flipping, the recent developments in startup. Okay, in this paragraph number 2, okay, you have definitions of flipping and reverse flipping. Again, on page number 288, it is continued. Continue. On page number 288, it is again continued. Okay, the technical, so the definition, it has also been observed that many Indian companies have long getting headquarters overseas, especially in destinations with favorable legal environments and taxation policies. The technical jargon for this may be identified as flipping, which is the process of transferring the entire ownership of an Indian company to an overseas entity, accompanied by a transfer of all IP and data hereof owned by Indian company. So this is a prelims based question. Okay, what is flipping in terms of startup ecosystems? Okay, flipping and reverse flipping. पेपर में आ जाएगा, आप बोलोगे कि आईपीएल का क्वेश्चन यहाँ कहाँ पूछ लिया, फ्लिप किया करके. Okay, flipping and reverse flipping is with regards to startup sector. Okay, it effectively transforms Indian company into a 100% subsidiary of foreign entity with the founders and investors retaining the same ownership by a foreign entity having sold all shares. We have to do what? We have to do reverse flipping. Reverse flipping means ownership भी इंडिया में रहे, कंपनी भी इंडिया में रहे, एंड ऑल द आईपी डेटा, इंटेलेक्चुअल प्रॉपर्टी डेटा एंड द डाटा ऑफ द कंपनी शुड बी इन इंडिया ओनली. Okay. So, with regards to this, please do 2 to 3 page write-up. अगर आपने already पढ़ रखा है तो good. If you have not read it, please do a 2 to 3 page write-up on Double Taxation Avoidance Agreement, DTAA. 2 page write-up on Double Taxation Avoidance Agreement. I'm again reiterating, 2 page write-up on Double Taxation Avoidance Agreement. Is everybody appreciating? Ashish, Piyush, Priti? Yeah. And I also have Satish and Raj. Are you all comfortable with this? Okay. Yeah. So DTA. Okay. हाँ, अभी तो बीबीसी का इशू बहुत चल रहा है. ठीक है, मोदी साहब थोड़े से ये है. कोई दिक्कत नहीं है. Like it's not a political vendetta kind of issue. Technically speaking, like for a reputed, what I can say, media organization like BBC entering into the political part and making some kind of documentaries, it becomes a highly political, controversial issue. We shouldn't fall for that. What is the politics of it? What is the intention behind it? वो हमारा लेना देना नहीं है. हमारा लेना देना क्या है कि हमारे सिलेबस से हम लोग उससे कैसा पढ़ सकते हैं. So if you know the news, so the IT guys have raided BBC office. Why? Because they have issues in transfer pricing. So for you, this becomes important. What is transfer pricing? So आप ट्रांसफर प्राइसिंग भी एक पेज राइटअप कर लो. व्हाट डू यू मीन बाय ट्रांसफर प्राइसिंग? दिस कैन बी आस्क्ड इन प्रीलिम्स आल्सो. ओके, व्हाट इज ट्रांसफर प्राइसिंग एंड व्हाट डू यू मीन बाय ऑफशोर एंटिटीज, ऑफशोर एंड ऑनशोर एंटिटीज. ओके, ये टेक्निकल टर्म्स है, तो ये टर्म्स आपको पता होने चाहिए. डोंट फॉल फॉर द पॉलिटिकल इम्प्लीकेशंस. जो भी होंगे disputes होंगे, वो हमारा लेना देना नहीं है. What we have to study as civil servant aspirants is that we have to only study what is transfer pricing and what are offshore and onshore entities. बस ये पढ़ लेना. Okay, because taxation बहुत ज्यादा जरूरी है. अगर वो taxation बराबर नहीं हो रहा है तो it means your country is not functioning properly. Okay, then ये बहुत ज्यादा important है. To accelerate reverse flipping. To accelerate reverse flipping, certain measures are possible. Okay. So just read this. Just read this. Okay, you don't have to summarize. Just read what are the measures taken by government for reverse flipping. Okay, don't summarize at all. Just read this once. But it is important. Okay, I'm writing over here. Just read this once. Chalo. Okay, Indian 4.0. Don't have to say anything. Chalo. Okay. So I'm pausing for a moment. I'm also pausing the screen recording. You can ask me for any difficulties that you have. I'm available for 3 to 4 minutes. Then I will begin with the next chapters. Is everybody comfortable? Yeah. I have to stop the recording. कुछ पूछना चाहते हो, कुछ बोलना चाहते हो तो ask me and speak with me. Yes, anyone? अच्छा, एक बहुत पर्सनल सवाल पूछ रहा हूँ. I'm asking a very personal question to all of you. How many of you feel कि आपको धोखा मिला है यूपीएससी में आके? धोखा दे रही है यूपीएससी, और यू नेवर थॉट दैट इट विल बी सो इंटेंस, एंड अभी आपको पता चल रहा है कि बाप रे बहुत ज्यादा टफ है एग्जामिनेशन. होगा कि नहीं होगा, वी डोंट नो. हाउ मेनी ऑफ यू आर फीलिंग दिस?
Sir,
अरे या बोलो बोलो बोलो.
I'm amazed by the depth of the examination.
यू आर अमेज्ड बाय द डेप्थ ऑफ द एग्जामिनेशन. ओके ओके ओके. बाकी किसी को नहीं लग रहा है सर हमारे साथ धोखा हो गया? वो बाजू वाले ने बोल दिया सर कर लो यूपीएससी, गर्लफ्रेंड बॉयफ्रेंड ने बोल दिया सर यूपीएससी कर लो. हमारा पेट था, पेट ने एक बार आईएएस ऑफिसर को देख लिया, तब से उसके पीछे जा रहा है. Okay, तो हम भी कर लेंगे यूपीएससी. How to plan for next 3 months? Arshad, I will discuss. Let me just end up this session and then I will stop the recording. I will discuss it. Don't worry. Okay. Anybody else? किसी को और नहीं लग रहा है धोखा हो गया हमारे साथ? ये पहले पता होना चाहिए था कि इतने टफ है एग्जामिनेशन, इतना कुछ करना पड़ता है. सर अब मन में तो है सर, अब बताए कैसे? ओके, सी, examination is not tough per se. Okay, what makes examination tough is you and me. Okay, the level of competition which you face in this examination. And again, इसके लिए दो तीन चीजें responsible है. एक, our increased population base. Number two, our notions of security. लड़की तभी मिलेगी, लड़का तभी मिलेगा जब सरकारी नौकरी होगी. एंड सरकारी नौकरी भी कैसी होनी चाहिए? ऊंचे कॉलर वाली होनी चाहिए, पैसे वाली होनी चाहिए. ठीक है. एंड नंबर थ्री, अगेन, अनएम्प्लॉयमेंट. ओके, सो दो तीन चीजें हैं जो इसको बहुत ज्यादा टफ बनाती है. ओके, एंड every time I say this to people, and I'm saying the same statement to all of you, that if you are coming in this sector thinking only about 1 year 2 year कि एक बार क्वालिफाई हो गए, पेपर में फोटो आ गया, अच्छा हो जाएगा. जिसका माइक ऑन है प्लीज म्यूट योरसेल्फ. ओके, एक बार फोटो आ गया सर, पेपर में हार चढ़ गया फोटो पे, सब हो गया. हार दीवार वाले फोटो पे नहीं, असली वाले फोटो पे आपके. ठीक है, ठीक है. सो बहुत अच्छा हो जाएगा सर, माँ बाप खुश होंगे, गर्लफ्रेंड बॉयफ्रेंड जो भी आप लोगों के होंगे, बीवी बच्चे होंगे, सब बहुत खुश हो गए. एंड यू कम इन टू दिस सर्विस, you are entirely flawed. Before coming in this service or before giving your attempts, you should always think, where do you see yourself 20 years, 30 years, 40 years down the line? Are you really interested in this kind of job? Okay. Majority of the aspirants commit this mistake that you make civil services as your life. इसके सिवा और लाइफ में कुछ है नहीं, यही करना है. But no, this is just a job. Are you interested in this job? Yes, do it. If you're not interested, better you leave it. अभी interesting, why this job becomes interesting, as Ashish rightly pointed out, depth. Depth बहुत ज्यादा है जॉब में. Depth क्यों है? Because see, when you have to administer something, when you have to police something, when you have to strategize foreign policy, when you have to strategize revenue policy, when you have to strategize, or when you have to do auditing, when you have to do accounting, when you have to manage the railways, when you have to manage the postal department of India, when you have to manage the corporate laws of India. So your job is not just one sector based job, your job is allied sector based job. You being a collector, you being a revenue service officer, you being a foreign dignitary, foreign service dignitary, तो आप बोल नहीं सकते हो कि सर मेरा काम बस इतना ही है, मैं इससे ज्यादा काम नहीं कर सकता हूँ. तो नाउ लेट्स से राज इज द एम्बेसडर ऑफ इंडिया टू यूक्रेन. वहां रशिया ने अटैक कर दिया एंड 20,000 स्टूडेंट्स आर गोइंग इन फ्रंट ऑफ राज, सर प्लीज हमें इंडिया वापस लेके चलो. एंड राज इज सेइंग कि नहीं, मैं खुद को पहले वापस लेके जाऊंगा, आई वोंट टेक यू. Raj has to manage taking 20,000 students from Ukraine to India. Why? Because that is his job. He is the ambassador of India to Ukraine. अब वहां ब्लडी वॉर स्टार्ट हो गया तो उनकी वो जिम्मेदारी रहेगी. He cannot just take out his hands. No, this is out of my purview. मेरा जॉब क्या है? खाली साइन देना. मेरा क्या है? आपको खाली वीजा इशू करना. नहीं, वो आपका जॉब नहीं है. Okay. So it's more that where do you see yourself? Do you really see that in 20 years down the line you are the secretary of, let's say, health department? So right now, the biggest threat to health sector is antimicrobial resistance. Okay. So 20 साल बाद एक ऐसा बैक्टीरिया आ गया, 30 साल बाद ऐसा बैक्टीरिया आ गया जिसपे कोई दवा काम नहीं कर रही है. No antibiotic is working. And then you are the health secretary of India. Can you just take out your hands? कि I was a commerce student, I was a art student. गलती से सर मिस्टेक होके मैं आईएएस ऑफिसर बन गया, आज मैं हेल्थ सेक्रेटरी का, आई एम द हेल्थ सेक्रेटरी. मुझे नहीं पता ये आईएमआर क्या होता है और एएमआर क्या होता है. मुझे लेना देना नहीं है. मैंने तो हिस्ट्री ज्योग्राफी पढ़ी थी ग्रेजुएशन में, आई डोंट नो. कैन यू शेक योर हैंड्स देन? नो. You are the bloody health secretary of India. So you will have to do that. You cannot just shake your hands. So this is responsibility. रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी है, इसलिए इसमें डेप्थ. ओके, सो ये जो धोखा वाली फीलिंग जो आती है आप लोगों की, अरे यार इतना पढ़ना है, ये दिस इज नॉट स्टडीज, दिस आर नॉट प्रिपरेशन. प्लीज डोंट यूज दिस वर्ड्स लाइक पढ़ाई है, प्रिपरेशन है. नो, दिस इज जस्ट इंट्रोडक्शन टू योर लाइफ, what you have to deal with in future. Okay, if you are qualifying this examination, so entire India, even the God is trusting you कि you can handle this. पहले हम लोग 1.5 करोड़, sorry 1.5 करोड़, we are 150 करोड़ people. So 150 करोड़ का हैंडल करना कितना मुश्किल है, you also know that. Okay, here only 31 people are there, but still it becomes very difficult for me to handle just 30 people. Imagine handling 150 crore people. That is not an easy task. So if the government or the constitution of India is trusting you, okay, because ultimately आप oath किसके लेने वाली हो? After Supreme Court, President and High Court judges, you are the person who will be taking the oath of defending the constitution of India. Nobody in the bloody India can take the oath of defending the constitution of India. So if you are trying to do that, so you have to keep in mind that you have to manage 150 crore people. So you will have to go into the depths of it. समझ में आ रहा है? तो बस यही चीज ध्यान में रखना, अभी प्रीलिम्स पास में आ रही है तो बहुत सवाल जवाब आएंगे दिमाग में कि सर कैसा करे, होगा कि नहीं होगा, वेदर वी शुड गो फॉर इट और नॉट. जस्ट कीप दिस इन माइंड दैट द गॉड हैज इंटरेस्टेड यू, that let's say constitution of India has interested you, that you can fulfill this responsibility as a part of Indian citizen. That's it. बाकी और किसी पे भरोसा मत रखो. एंड प्लीज ये तीन एक महीने, जो भी 3 महीने रहेंगे ना, किसी से भी कांटेक्ट मत रखना. मैंने जानबूझ के रिकॉर्डिंग अभी बंद की, बिकॉज अगर मैं रिकॉर्डिंग ऑन रखूंगा, किसी ने डाल दे यूट्यूब पे, तो पता नहीं मेरा क्या होगा. ओके, किसी से भी बात मत करना, ठीक है? स्पीक विथ नो वन, जस्ट बी लॉक्ड इन योर रूम्स. घर वालों को डर लगने दो कि आप पागल हो गए. लेट द पीपल फियर यू दैट यू हैव गॉन मैड. ओके, थोड़ा डर लगने दो ना. आज तक खुद से नहीं डरे हो तो लोगों को डराओ अभी थोड़ा सा कि सर पागल हो गए, हम लोग इतनी पढ़ाई कर रहे हैं, वी आर गेटिंग मैड. Okay, let your parents feel, let your friends feel, let your siblings feel कि no, we are doing something. तीन तक अभी आज से लेके time you qualify your main 6 to 7 months, be very secluded, be very secluded. Okay, 3 से 4 महीने का गेम है खाली. अगर आपने 3 से 4 महीने सस्टेन कर लिया खुद को, you are out and out. Okay, and here I will like to quote right now the most powerful man in the world, that is Vladimir Putin. Okay, मैं यहाँ पे व्लादिमीर पुतिन साहब का एग्जांपल देना चाहूंगा. when the Berlin Wall fell in the year 1989, okay, जब बर्लिन वॉल फेल हुई जर्मनी में, ईस्ट जर्मनी में, तो पुतिन was in Berlin. पुतिन was an agent of KGB. जैसे इंडिया का रॉ है तो वैसे रशिया का KGB है, one of the most notorious intelligence organizations in the world. So Putin was there in Berlin. पुतिन के यानी जहां पे पुतिन का ऑफिस था, just 50 meters from outside his office, roughly lakhs and lakhs of people had organized themselves so as to kill Putin over there. उनको रशिया को खत्म करना था वहीं पे रशियन ऑफिसर्स को. So Putin was a person who escaped via underground tunnels of Berlin. He escaped via underground tunnels of Berlin and he came to Russia via spine. छुप के आए and then he decided कि नहीं, ये इतना मैं सहन नहीं कर सकता हूँ. I have to make Russia great again. Okay. So मैं पुतिन को क्यों सेट कर रहा हूँ? Because for 10 to 20 years he was underground. Nobody knew where Putin is. Nobody knew. And all of a sudden, then a new guy comes in Russia's politics, a guy named as Vladimir Putin, and the first thing which he does is eradicates mafia in Russia. Russia was very known for mafia. आप रशिया के इंटीरियर सिटीज में जाओगे ना, when we will do mapping sessions. Now I'll start with the mapping sessions with you all from March. तो मैं 2-3 आपको रशिया के बारे में अच्छे से फैक्ट बताऊंगा. तो रशिया के अंदर में, लाइक रशिया हैज गॉट द वर्ल्ड्स लार्जेस्ट डिपॉजिट्स ऑफ निकेल. ओके, निकेल के है तो 2-3 टाउन है वहां पे. अ टाउन कॉल्ड एज ओम्स, OMSK, ओम्स, टोंक्स, येकाटेरिनबर्ग, ये 2-3 गांव है रशिया के. तो दीज टाउन्स वर वेरी नोटोरियस फॉर रशियन माफिया. पुतिन साहब ने पहले टर्म में आके माफिया खत्म कर दिया. सो द पीपल ओवर देयर दे फेल्ट कि नहीं, यही बंदा है जो हमें आगे लेके जा सकता है. एंड so Putin enjoys unwavering support from rural heartland of Russia. Nobody in urban heartland of Russia supports Putin because they know कि ये कितना खतरनाक आदमी है. Okay, so that is what he did. Underground जाके he came back with a vengeance. So I want you two all to do this for 6 to 7 months from now. Go underground, avenge yourselves, and come up with flying colors. And एक बार वो लिस्ट में नाम ला लो, देख लेंगे. I pray that everyone gets good rank, everyone gets good service of yours, but कर लेंगे वो हाथ में जाके. But just don't lose hope. That is what I can say to you all. अगर ऐसा लग रहा है कि you are feeling very frustrated, सर नहीं हो रहा है, you are allowed to take gap, you are allowed to switch your fields. But अभी इतना मेरा भाषण सुन रहे हो, मेरी आवाज सुन रहे हो, बड़बड़ मेरी सुन रहे हो संडे को, तो इट मीन्स यू आर ऑल सीरियस इनफ. ठीक है, तो सीरियस हो तो कर लो. अप्रिशिएटिंग. चलो लेट्स स्टार्ट. ठीक है, चलो I'm starting this screen recording. चलो I'm starting with the next chapter. Let me just switch the view. Okay. Can everybody see the screens properly? Ashish, Priti, and Satish, Nagmani, Piyush, Raj, can you see the screens? Okay, chalo. So the next chapter, that is the services sector, source of strength. In this, you can directly jump to page number. Just let me open it up. Yeah. Box number 10.2, making India an attractive tourist destination. Okay, it's page number 300 of your survey. It's page number 300 of your survey. Okay, so just remember the schemes and just one line in front of it. The first scheme is Nidhi scheme. Okay, National Integrated Database of Hospitality Industry. Okay, it's a comprehensive national database with help in creating policies and strategies for development and promotion of tourism at various destinations. Number two is the Sathi scheme, system for assessment, awareness, and training for hospitality industry. Number third is RCS Udan scheme, regional connectivity Udan number 3. Okay, was launched by ministries. The tourism, the total number of tourism RCs overtours has increased to 59, of which 51 are presently operational. Just remember this figure, that's it. Then you have LGS CATTS. Okay, it's the loan guarantee scheme for COVID affected tourism sector. Okay, just remember the name, you don't have to remember anything. So the 4 schemes, Nidhi, Sathi, RCS Udan, and LGGTTS. Iske sath sath you will also see what do you mean by the scheme called as Prasad scheme. Prasad scheme, and you will also see a scheme's name called as Hriday. Prasad scheme and Hriday scheme. Okay, these 2 initiatives by government, Prasad and Hriday. Okay, so let's move ahead. That's it. Yeah. Yeah, then go to page number 307, box number 10.32. Go to page number 307, bullet number 10.32. Bullet number 10.32. Okay. Here you have initiatives taken by government for promotion of e-commerce. Okay. So summarize this entire thing because e-commerce बहुत important topic हो सकता है इस साल. So just summarize this entirely. Bullet number 10.33, open network for digital commerce is also a significant role in democratizing digital payments, enabling interoperability and bringing down transaction costs. Okay. So this is again very important. So the initiatives taken in e-commerce sector. Okay. E-commerce 10.32 and 10.33. Digital financial services. Just read 10.32. You all know everything inside of this bullet. Just read it once. Okay. Just read it. I'm only writing over here. Read it. Don't have to summarize anything. Okay. Chalo. Yeah. Now, bullet number 10.36. Okay. Okay. I'm again giving you my 2000% guarantee that this year you will have one confirmed question on digital rupee. You will have one question on digital rupee confirmed. Okay, prelims mein ek to confirmed hai, and in mains also it is confirmed now. So CBDC, Central Bank Digital Currency. The full form of CBDC is Central Bank Digital Currency. So you have to do 2-page write-up on CBDC. What is Central Bank Digital Currency? Okay. Okay, what are its benefits? What are its benefits? What are its challenges? And most important, what are its technical limitations? What are its technical limitations? What are its technical limitations? This is very important. Then 10.37, RBI has also launched the pilots of CBDC in both wholesale and retail segments. with the use being limited to settlement of secondary market transactions in government securities. Use of digital rupee wholesale is expected to make bank market more efficient. Okay, so you have interbanking lending rate, so it will become more efficient. Okay, the pilot in the retail segment known as digital rupee retail kicked off 1st December 2022, wherein a closed group user comprising participant customers and merchants. For operationalization of CBDC, RBI is gradually expanding the pilot scope to include more banks, users, locations based on feedback received during the pilots. Okay, so make sure that you are summarizing central bank digital currency very properly. Okay, so let's move ahead. External sector chapter. In this. Okay, no need to do external chapter. Now directly go to chapter number 12. Yeah, directly jump to page number 349. Directly jump to page number 349 of your survey. Ashish, Priti, Satish, and Piyush. Raj, are you all comfortable? Rest all guys, please speak with me. Pooja, Satyam, Sarita, Ichhati, Singh, are you all comfortable? Arshad? Okay, thank you. Thank you. Okay. So directly jump to page number 349 of your survey. National monetization pipeline creating through monetization. Okay. So just read this bullet number 12.25. इसको बस एक बार पढ़ लो. Bullet number 12.26. Just read these bullets. Okay. And bullet number 12.27. Read. Nobody will ask you. You just need to know what is national monetization pipeline. Okay. Then you have national logistics policy. Okay. Again, just read this. Don't have to summarize. Okay. Nobody will ask you. It will just ask you what is national logistic policy. Just have to have a working understanding of this. Okay. So just bullet number 12.29. That's it. Then directly jump to page number 352. PM Gati Shakti, a master plan for integrated project planning. Okay, this year only you had question on PM Gati Shakti in this year's mains. So I don't think that this will be very important particular to this year. This year you can go to this part. Bullet number 12.38. Okay, this becomes very important in PM Gati Shakti in order to facilitate integrated planning and coordinated implementation. A GIS-based and data-driven precision support platform called PM Gati Shakti National Master Plan has been produced. Okay. It can be integrated with various applications of different ministries, agencies to prevent duplication of work and create single window system for infrastructure planning. So this is called as digital infrastructure planning. You can rename this point as digital infrastructure planning. Digital infrastructure planning. That's it. Road sector, you don't have to do it. No worries. No one will ask you. Yeah, then box number 10.2. Major initiatives in Indian Railways. Page number 355. Major initiatives in Indian Railway. Okay. Just read it once. Don't have to summarize. Okay. Don't have to summarize at all. Okay. Now just focus on me for a movement. Okay. Trains बहुत ज़्यादा news में है in presently. Are you all focusing on me? I'm switching my view for a moment. Okay. So trains बहुत ज़्यादा news में है फिलहाल. Okay. All of you know that Vande Bharat trains have been launched in India. Okay. So are those bullet trains? No. Are those high speed trains? No. They are semi high speed trains. Okay, please clear your thoughts. They are not bullet trains. They are not high-speed railways. High-speed railways. High-speed railways is abbreviated as HSE. So that is not high-speed railways. It is semi-high-speed railway. Okay, so the Vande Bharat trains, the locomotives which they have, जो locomotives का नाम है, the locomotives they are called as LHB coaches. I'm again reiterating, the coach name is called as LHB coaches. LHB. Okay. They are manufactured in Chennai and they're also manufactured in छत्तीसगढ़. ठीक है. जो आपके नॉर्मल लोकोमोटिव कोचेस होते हैं, जो इंटीग्रेटेड कोच फैक्ट्री में बनते हैं, इट इज ऑल्सो इन चेन्नई, उनमें एंड एलएचबी कोचेस में एक बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट डिफरेंस होता है. So when a normal train suffers accident, so if let's say if this is a one coach of train and this is another coach of train, and if the train starts to derail, अगर ये coach derail हो गया, so this coach moves above it. This coach moves above it. Okay, or this coach moves parallel to it, or it smashes into it. This is called as telescoping. This is called as what? Telescoping of coaches. कि अगर ट्रेन का एक्सीडेंट हो गया तो डिफरेंट कोचेस दे स्मैश इनटू ईच अदर. बट एलएचबी कोचेस जो है, they have a feature which is anti-telescoping. Anti-telescoping means if the train derails, the coaches won't smash into one another. Rather, they will start derailing themselves. तो अगर ये कोच डिरेल हो गया, so ये इस तरफ हो रहा है, तो it will start derailing on that end. They will not smash into one another. Hence, you can now increase the speed of the coaches. And what is the difference between Vande Bharat Express and other trains? So, Vande Bharat trains are having ancillary motors in all the coaches. Normally, आपके ट्रेन में एक इंजन होता है जो इंजन सबको खींचता है. बट वंदे भारत ट्रेन के इंडिविजुअल कोचेस में भी पावर है. Power in the sense the engine is pulling on their own, it's good. But individual coaches will also have their own ancillary motors to speed up the process. Hence, Vande Bharat trains का acceleration काफी quick है, which helps it in crossing ghats. जैसे in the last week or so, Vande Bharat trains have been launched in the Bhorghat and Thalghat of India with regards to Nashik and Mumbai and Pune and Mumbai. So trains को अगर आपको घाट पर से लेके जाना है, so you have the main engine and you have to supply ancillary engine from behind so that one pushes and other pulls. वंदे भारत ट्रेन में आपको वैसा करने की जरूरत नहीं. इंडिविजुअल कोचेस आर themselves powered so they can easily snatch the train from one end of the hill to the another end of the hill. Everybody is comfortable with this. So ancillary power coaches and telescoping feature, ये दो features आप ध्यान में रखोगे with regards to वंदे भारत एक्सप्रेस. Appreciating this. See, I don't know from where UPSC can frame, but ये दो features separate करते हैं वंदे भारत coaches को from rest of the coaches in India. So please make sure that you are comfortable with those two features. Okay. So I'm again turning on my screen sharing. Okay, national logistics policy is done. This is done. Gati Shakti is done. Okay, yeah. In this paragraph, this is very important. Electrical and electronic interlocking system. Okay. Please do this. Development of hyperloop technology. ये भी थोड़ा important रहेगा, इसे भी कर लेना. Okay, just read it once. जिसका mic on है. Yeah, you want to speak with me, Ashish? Yeah.
Which page number is on this?
Page number, Ashish, it is 355.
Oh, it's the same. Okay, sir.
Yeah, it's the same. Yeah. So electrical, electronic interlocking system and development of hyperloop. So you just need to know the technologies. That's it. Okay. Chalo. Yeah. Then page number 357, inland water transport, tapping the potential of navigable waterways. So bullet number 12.50, bullet number 12.15, under the National Waterways Act, 106 new waterways have been declared as national waterways. What you do is, guys, you don't read this from survey. No, don't read this. Scratch this entire thing from your survey. Okay. What you do is, you do rather a 2 to 3 page write-up. You do a 2 to 3 page write-up on the Inland Waterways Authority of India. Okay. You make 1 page chart. You make 1 page chart on the National Waterways of India. Okay, national waterways of India, which are operational. Okay, which are operational. One page chart on national waterways of India, which are operational, and which national waterway has the maximum cargo potential, ओके ये आपको डाटा इजीली मिल जाएगा। तो सबसे ज्यादा कार्गो पोटेंशियल कौन से नेशनल वाटरवे का है, आप इस पे डाटा कर लेना। ओके, रेस्ट डोंट रीड इट फ्रॉम दिस सर्वे, इट्स ऑफ नो यूज। Okay, and interlinking of rivers, again, you have studied in your GS, so no need to do it from the survey. Everybody's comfortable with this? Yeah, so that's it, that's it, that's it. Yeah, then page number 69, the last part of survey, page number 69, UPI, Unified Payments Interface, the game changer in real-time payment. Okay. Now, what you do is, you just read this box completely. Okay. Just read this box completely. But on your own, try to draw a comparison. Try to draw a comparison between UPI and SWIFT. UPI and SWIFT. SWIFT is the global payment platform जो मास्टर कार्ड, वीजा, अमेरिकन एक्सप्रेस यूज करते हैं। तो जैसे रशिया के साथ वॉर शुरू हुआ, सो USA did what? USA kicked Russia out of SWIFT system. So in Russia, if you go today and if you swipe your MasterCard or Visa, it won't work. Okay. So what is the difference between UPI and SWIFT? And why globally world is fearing UPI? Why world is fearing UPI? At present, Singapore has implemented India's UPI. That is a very headline news. Okay. Singapore में जाओगे तो now you can do UPI transactions. And this year government has also introduced these facilities to NRI. ओके, एनआरआई भी अभी गूगल पे या पेटीएम कर पाएंगे इंडिया में। सो इट्स अ वेरी गेम चेंजिंग टेक्नोलॉजी। तो जस्ट डू अ कंपैरिजन बिटवीन यूपीआई एंड स्विफ्ट। एवरीबॉडी इज अप्रिशिएटिंग दिस। ओके, दैट्स इट, उससे ज्यादा आपको पढ़ने की जरूरत नहीं। चलो चलो, आई गेस गाइस दिस सम्स अप आवर सर्वे। Okay, I'm stopping the recording now. I'm continuing the meeting for 10-15 minutes. Whatever questions you want to ask me, you can ask me now. I'm stopping the recording as of now. Okay.